tu sentinelas de Cristo.
Today's title for June 28th, God's Mushroom Patch. And for the satisfiedness of the thirsty and that fills his hunger with good things. Recently, I listened to a speaker on the radio discuss the question of whether or not God is a personal or God who wants to be bothered with the insignificant details of our lives. A few days later, I had an experience that affirmed me once for more, my God really does care for us. We were spending the weekend at our town in a place in Virginia, and Sabbath afternoon, my husband and I went for a walk in the woods below our house. At one point, I looked outward to see where I was stepping, and I was seeing a single motor of mushroom in my path. You have to understand that dearly immoral loved mushrooms are for those who have never had the privilege of discovering the moral. There is nothing quite as good or as hard to find, but they're seasoned for the morals in Virginia. That lasts about 2 weeks, and if you're lucky enough to find some, the location is very guarded secret. On this particular day, we searched and searched for more, but there is the only one lovely mushroom that we could find. Since the area where morals had grew from a stretch of 500 feet or so, Paul let me out, and at the beginning of it drove a wide grassy shoulder. At the end of the way, the dusk was fast and approaching, which made it hard to see. As I could see, I didn't find a single mushroom. Filled with disappointment, I trudged back to the car and I was getting in. I glanced down at my feet and I couldn't believe my eyes. Paul had pulled a car over in the middle of the patches of morals I had ever seen. It had been an area where we had never found mushrooms before, and we had picked out every mushroom we could find, and strangely there was no mushrooms before or after, only those at my door. And as we feasted on the side of the mushrooms that evening, we couldn't help but feeling that the God had grown a patch just for us that led Paul to the park right in the middle, so I couldn't miss them. Does God care about the little details in our life? You bet.